and Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warragul in Victoria, Australia. And I am excited because not only is it the 1st of July, but it's the first for our celebration, first day celebration and our mini catalogue. Can't wait to share a little bit of card making today with one of our beautiful stamp sets from our mini catalogue. And it's on page 37. I'm sorry about my head for a minute. Page 37. And I just love it. It's just such a cute stamp set. So without further ado, let's move down to the workbench. Sorry about my hand just for a minute while I get ready. I never know which hand's in the way. But with celebration, we can get free products at the moment, which is really great from our little celebration catalogue, which is, like I said, gone live today. Exciting. But in here, being a demonstrator, we can pre-order earlier. So I pre-ordered these cards and envelopes that were free with my $90 order that I placed. And every time you place a $90 order over July and August, you can receive a free product or 2 free products depending on how much you spend. Maybe 3 products or 4. It just depends for every $90. So some of the products have got 90 up here on the little tag. They've got 90, and some of them might have 180 on them. So this one you need 180 to get this one. So just depending on what you choose, there's some cute little stamps. I just love this. So this one's 90 and the dies that go with it's 90, so $180 order. And you can have a big play with that, which I will jump on here and do some of these later on. Okay, so I am going to use the free celebration cards for my card today. I'm really excited about that. I'm also going to use my Stamparatus. I love the Stamparatus. It's a positioner. It helps with placing your stamp onto your cardstock. Now we're going to use watercolour paper, and our watercolour paper is this one here, and it's 100% cotton. It is fantastic. So you can always jump on my online store at teresabrownstamping.stampinup.net and just have a browse around, you know, do a bit of window shopping. Have you ever done that? I do that with the clothes shops. I jump on there and have a little bit of a browse around before I really purchase anything. I get in there and have a look. So I'm just going to place this on here where I want it, but I just want to place also my magnets on there to hold the cardstock where I want it, and that one can go in there. So then I'm going to actually bring the stamp set up like this. Just make sure it's pretty straight. You've got a grid on here so you can sort of tell. Now I'm going to use the Stays On, and the reason I'm going to use Stays On is because the Stays On won't run when I actually go to do some water painting with it. Okay, so I'm going to come down. Now the one thing I love about this positioner is that the image isn't really dark at the moment, so let's go again. I love that we can just do it again. And come down again. Now this time I'm just going to press down a little bit harder and just move that ink into the watercolour paper. And I might just go one more time as well. And you know, it's the first time I've actually really realised that this stamp here has got a cat and a dog. I did not realise that. I thought it was a dog holding a wrapped up parcel, but I've just discovered on top of the parcel here is a cat. So just going to get that around that cat's face again. Okay, well there you go. It's amazing what you see when you stamp it out. This is the first time I've used them. So I'm excited about that because they've been sitting on my table for a week. Having the flu, and could not use it. Now, the good thing about when you use Stays On, you want to use your chamois straight away and give it a really good hard rub and get that Stays On straight off. If you get it straight off, it won't set onto your stamp. Okay, so just take a few minutes to actually clean that stamp. Okay, and get that Stays On off. It's a really good idea. Otherwise, it's really hard and you've got to get the Stays On cleaner and everything like that. Okay, let's bring this out now. So watercolour paper is great because we're going to use our watercolour pens. Now, our water pens or our water painters, you get 3 in a packet. So you get a wide one, which this one I use for only for my envelopes, believe it or not, just to seal my envelopes. Okay, so it's a great little tip. And any stamps that don't have sticky, I like to use one of these. And I just wash it out and fill it up with water. I even take it to the post office with me if I have to seal things or put stamps on things, because I don't like licking them these days with COVID and everything else out there. It's really handy to have one of them in your bag. You also get a small head one. Now, they're not stained, they're just, they're not dirty, I mean, they're just stained from using the different colours. Some colours penetrate into the bristles a little bit more. And then there's a wider one. So this is a longer one, okay? So you'll get your preference of which you like and what you like using. So that's the main thing. You'll use it how you want to use it. Okay, so we're going to use our inks, and I've got a little block here that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to grab, where did I put that bit of paper towel? I'll just have my chamois. I've got my chamois there. That's fine. I can wipe it on the chamois. So we're going to go with the soft suede for the dog, and I'm just going to put it on my block. I like to add the ink onto my block. Now, the good thing about it is it's good to do watercolouring when you've got to refill your inks too, because you can use your block to smooth the ink out onto your ink pad, and then you can use it to do some watercolouring with as well. So you're not wasting it. So we're going to come in and do our little puppy dog here. And soft suede is it's like a goldy brown. It is. We're just going to come in to his cheeks. Okay. We're going to build it up on him a little bit. So I like to do one coat and then come through and do another one. Okay, so we can get that happening. Now, some people like to wet their paper first, and that's a preference. But when I'm doing little images like this, I like to actually just not wet the paper. I like to just do it with my brush. Okay, and get that first layer on. And then you can come in with a darker layer. Okay, so this is pretty wet because I've got it squirted the water out. It's got a little press button on the side here that you can just, or press where it says press, and squeeze it and the water will jump out at you. So we're just going to come in with a little bit more here and just darken this up just a fraction. Okay, and we can even have a little bit of a lighter tummy there. Just come in a little bit around the edge. Okay, so our ears. And I'll probably You could darken that up with a little bit more black if you wanted to as well. Whoop, oh, just went. Okay, so I'm just going to clean my brush, and I'm just cleaning it on the edge of my chamois because my chamois is wet, okay, with water. So I'm just going to clean it there and then just give it a bit of a wipe. Now I'm just going to grab this tissue because I squeeze it through to make sure that the colour's clean. Yep. Okay. So you can just wet your brush and you can just go back over that if you want to. If you want to just spread that ink a little bit more, because it is watercolour paper, you can lighten it off and darken it where you want, just by adding more ink or taking away a bit of ink, whichever way you want to go. Don't forget his tail. Do the little tail over here. Okay. Now our cat. I think we might have a little grey cat, so we might do Smoky Slate. And it's taken me all this time to realise that's a cat sitting on the present. Oh God, I don't know where I was looking before. I just thought, oh, that's a big present where a little dog's going to unwrap it. But that's okay. Okay, so like I said, just use your block to get your inks moving around a little bit too, which is really, really good for your ink pads. Okay, so just drop a bit of ink on there, water I mean. Down it comes, and you can sort of see now that it's picking up into my brush. So we're just going to come down here and camouflage our little cat up here that's been hiding. And we're just going to come around here and in this one. I hope everyone's day's been good. Don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe to my channel if you love to watch a little bit more. Don't forget I also do lots of videos over on YouTube. Sorry, not YouTube, Facebook. So you can always jump over there at Teresa Brown Stamping and watch them on a Monday. I have some groups running, and on a Thursday night at 7:30, and they're lots of fun. Okay, so we're just going to do his ear a little bit darker now. Going to add a little bit more ink and darken this little pussycat up, just a little bit. Okay, just around here. So when you get your celebration and your mini new catalogue that's out for Christmas, leave in the comments what's your favourite product. What's your favourite stamp set or suite or bundle? Everyone's different, you know. We all love different things. But I love to hear from people in the comments, because that way I can plan to do maybe a workshop around what you love, or a class. Okay, we're just going to come in here. He looks really mischief, this little cat. He looks like he's ready to pounce on the dog. Now we can actually add a little bit of grain with our doggy as well down here, just to look a little bit different and bring that colour in a bit different. And just add a little bit up here on his ears. Okay. Now once you get where your colour goes, where you want it to go, I'm just going to hold this up for you. But you can sort of see around here, once you get it, you get your little bit of white in there and you get your darker colours happening. If it's too dark for you, you can always come back with just a wet brush and a clean wet brush, and you can just blend it a little bit more. Okay, so it blends in just a little bit more, that it doesn't look like it's a line there. Just keep blending it and it just comes in looking more natural. Okay, so that's a really good thing. Like if you feel like you've got that distinct little line happening and you don't want it, yeah, come back in and blend a little bit more. Now I'm going to do a green bow on this one. I was thinking of red, but I still didn't bring my red ink over. I been playing a little bit today. I've done a couple of videos on YouTube, Facebook. Get it right, Teresa. Can you see when you do this, you're spreading your ink around, you actually, this is really good for your ink pads to squeeze down on and get that ink really moving around in there again. Makes it so much easier to stamp when you do that. Okay, so we're going to come in with our green, light green ribbon. And up here. This is such a cute little stamp set. I just fell in love with it because I have some crafty friends that have got some furry friends. And for Christmas this year, you could send them a nice card like this, which is really, really lovely. Okay. Especially when they love animals and dogs or cats or both. Yeah, a lot of fun doing something a little bit different for Christmas than the original Santa. So we will be doing some Santa cards as well. And I do have a nephew that just loves Santa. Okay, we're getting our ribbon done now. So what's your favourite tool or to watercolour with? Do you like colouring with the inks like I'm doing today, or do you like our pencils? You might like the markers, or you might even like just not watercolouring at all. You might just like the blenders, the alcohol blenders. They're fantastic as well. I love them as well. Okay. The little dog collar I have to do as well. Okay, so once you get your colours the way you want them, this is the Parakeet Party. I'm just going to come in with a little bit of early Old Olive, Just going to add a little bit of Old Olive to the end of this and do a bit of a mix. Add some more water, do a bit of a mix. And just come through and do a little bit of a shadowing effect in there. Just really to one side, just to bring a little bit darker in as well as the light. Okay. That is so cute. It's taken me all this time to realise that was a cat and a dog. Oh well. So I have got, what colour have I got over here? I'm just looking at my colours. I've got a rich razzleberry, so that might be nice. We might do a rich razzleberry collar on the dog. Okay, clean my block off on my chamois. Give this one a bit of a pat as well. And squeeze the water and get that palette running. Okay. Just see, it's not too bad. So we're just going to come in and colour in a little parcel down here. So if you started your Christmas cards yet, this is a really, really good time to get in front. Excuse me. Get your Christmas cards started, and that's a really good time to do that. Okay, we're just going to come through here. Beautiful. You can do it as light or as dark as you want. So if you wanted to do it a second time, you could, depending on what you really wanted. I like to turn my work as I'm doing it. And then I like to just come in and do right around the edges a little bit. And get that coloured in a little bit. Okay, just do up here. And don't forget this little bit in here. We don't want to forget a little bit. Okay, now we're going to do, because I've got this colour, sorry, excuse me. I've had the flu and still there a little bit, just doesn't want to go away. Okay, we've got a bit of red, rich razzleberry, I should say, ribbon or collar on the dog, which is really cute. Just going to clean that off. You just need to wash your chamois in water, just run it in water. Okay, so that's quite cute. And you can just squeeze this through and you'll see, keep squeezing until it comes clear. Okay, and then you know that you've got all the ink off it. And then you can just come back and you can just fill in any pieces that you need to fill in. You can fill in with just a wet. Squeeze once again and just make sure that it's coming through clear. Okay, once it comes through clear, you know that it's clean. Okay, so this little piece of water colour paper was 10 centimetres by 6.5 centimetres. So 10 centimetres by 6.5 centimetres, which is not bad. And we're going to use one of our cards. So I'm just going to grab, that's the envelope, grab the green card here and pop this on to here. Now you can mat this if you wanted to, okay. You can mat it up. You can add ribbon to it if you wanted to. You could even stamp Mary Mary on it, I think. That stamped a little Mary Mary on it. I'll do that before I put it on the card because I want to use the Stamparatus on this. Because like I said before, earlier, if it doesn't, might not stamp properly the first time, you can, watch your magnets when they join together like that. Okay, this is one of the best little machines, honestly. I love it. Especially for the red rubber, because, Mary Mary, because with the red rubber, you really find it very hard to line up a second time. So to have your Stamparatus is fantastic because it's already lining it up for you. Okay, so we're just going to come down Mary Mary. Oh, not too bad. We'll just do it again. Beautiful. And that's the good thing about it, is that you can just get that beautiful stamping all the time, which is really beautiful. Because there's nothing worse than you go to stamp and it doesn't stamp your image properly. So you can sort of see that it looks quite cute. Okay, so we're just going to clean this on our chamois. I'll just pop it on there and I'll clean that in a minute. And we're going to place this on here. Now, do we want to place anything underneath it? And this is what you've got to think about when you're placing it down. Do you want to put something underneath it? Do you want to add something to it? You know, so like you could add some designer series paper to it if you wanted to. But let's have a look and see what we have. We've got this beautiful foil paper. So you could add a strip of that down the side of it because that would look really nice for Christmas as well. And this foil paper is just absolutely beautiful. It's in our mini catalogue as well. And it's all foils on one side and then, sorry, I just opened this up. It's all foils on one side and then it's plain design on the other side. So you could use your plain side as well, which is really beautiful. So it's the Splendid something. I should know it. I've been working with it. I had a bit of a play with it yesterday, so I should know the name, but I just can't think of it. Here it is, Splendid Day. Well, there you go. It's on page 64, and you get lots of different colours in this. It's absolutely beautiful. But you wouldn't know that's foil unless you're told that that's foil. So I'm going to put a strip of foil card down there because it just makes it easy, just dresses it up a little bit. Now that's 14 centimetres. So I'm just going to get the paper trimmer and cut it off at 14 centimetres. If you haven't got one of our paper trimmers, they are the best. I love this paper trimmer. It's got inches and centimetres on it up here, and it also has inches down the side here, but you can get a centimetre one if you're like centimetres. You can get it just the arm for, I think it's around $7 or something. And then you've got your inches and centimetres here as well, and then your extension ruler as well, which is really, really handy. You've also got your cutting blade and your scoring blade. And it's also got a little spot up here that you can fit it into a hook in your craft room, which is really handy to have it hooked up off the bench, which I really love that idea. Okay, so let's add a little bit of sparkle, our foil. Okay, now we're just going to add a little bit of this down the side here. Now you do have to be a little bit mindful that you don't get glue onto the foil paper, because if you do, it will mark it. Okay, so, and it looks yucky. Okay, so we're going to bring this in here. I am going to put a fair bit of glue on the watercolour paper, more so into the middle area. You don't have it that it's going to spurt out onto your card. You don't want that to happen. So we just want to pop this on here. I also like to line it up that I've got a bit of a border on that side and that side, which is really nice. I'm just going to hold that on there for a minute, because watercolour paper takes a little bit longer to work. Now the other thing I wanted to share with you is we also have this year, while that's drying a little bit, we also have our puff paint, which is really, really lovely. So this one you use with a heat tool, I'm sure of it. So you just put it on and then heat tool it dry. And we also have our pack of 3, which is really lovely, of the Pearl Essence Enamel Effects, which is really gorgeous. So you've got white, red and black. So they come in really handy for also for Christmas cards. If your paper is just a little bit long, you can just trim that off, which is really good. Okay, gorgeous. So I'm going to find out how to use this puff paint properly, and then I'll do a video on that one as well. Okay, so that's really good. Now I just want to share a couple of other cards that I made this morning using the same stamp set. Sorry, I'm just grabbing them. So you can sort of see we have some beautiful cards here that just out of that set, and we've used the same Splendid Day Designer Series paper, a little bit here and a little bit here. That was just a scrap. And we did water painting with this one with the inks. This one here, we did the water painting with our wet and dry pencils. So a little bit different. Don't forget, if you come on, say hello, leave a comment, and tell me what you love about watercolouring. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with your friends. And like I said, at the moment, we have got our beautiful celebration on, which I'm so happy. And the cards I used here are the free ones for a $90 order here in Australia, okay? And I say Australia because it's different prices in different countries where Stampin' Up! Is. And they're on page number 8. And you can sort of see they have made up absolutely beautiful, and the envelopes are lovely too. So they're just absolutely gorgeous. So what a great little Christmas card. Something a little bit different this year. I think the kids would even love these ones. A lot of fun to play with. I love the little stamp set. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm so excited to be back after having so much time off with the flu. So I will touch base and again in a few days, or I'm not quite sure what days I do YouTube videos at the moment. I don't have a set day. It's just when I can get on here to do it. But I hope to do a lot more. So thank you for joining me. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Not quite sure where I turn it off.